Today's story I've got for you is called On a Tall, Tall Cliff, and it's the tale of two friends called Busby and Puffle. So, you see the pictures of their houses there. On a tall, tall cliff, there were two little houses. The house nearest the edge was where Puffle lived. From the edge he could see down, 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 down to the deep, dark rocks far below. In the other house lived Busby. Busby and Puffle were the very best of friends. Here's Busby. "I'd do anything for you, Busby," said Puffle. "And I'd do anything for you, Puffle," said Busby. Very happy neighbours. One day, Busby was busy with lots of papers. "What are these all for?" asked Puffle. "Nothing," said Busby. "But while you're here, can I ask you a favour? I need to borrow some things from your garden." "Your rake?" "Of course, I'll go and fetch it," said Puffle. "And your spade, your watering can, and all your flowers and plants," said Busby. "Oh, and your shed, if you can carry it. It's a lot to ask, but it will help." "That is a lot to ask," thought Puffle as he walked home. But he went into his garden and collected his rake, his spade, his watering can, all his flowers and plants, and his garden shed. He could barely lift it. Huffing and puffing, Puffle carried everything to Busby's house. There he goes. Very strange request. "Thank you, Puffle," said Busby. "But I need to borrow some things from your house too. Your chair and your table, your bath and your sofa. Oh, and your bed, if it's not too heavy. It's a lot to ask, but it will really help." That certainly is a lot to ask, thought Puffle as he walked home. But he went to his house and he collected his chair, you see all the furniture, his chair and his table, his bath, his sofa, and his bed. It was very heavy. Sweating and gasping, Puffle carried everything to Busby's house. There. "Thank you so much," said Busby, "but I'm afraid I need your roof too." "My roof?" cried Puffle. "Yes, please, and your walls and the mice behind them, your rafters and the nails in them, your bricks and the mortar between them, and your floorboards and the secrets beneath them. Puffle, I need your whole house. It's a lot to ask, but it will really, really help." There we go, can you see? "Busby is making a fool of me," grumbled Puffle as he trudged home, but he did everything that his friend had asked. He collected his roof, his walls and the mice behind them, his rafters and nails in them, his bricks and the mortar between them, his floorboards and the secrets beneath them. The whole house he's taking. Then, huffing and puffing, sweating and straining, groaning and grumbling, he carried his whole house to Busby. "Busby," gasped Puffle, "this must be enough. I've brought my whole house now." "Listen," said Busby. Then there was a rumbling sound. It was faint at first, but it grew louder and louder and louder. "Look!" cried Busby. A cloud of dust rose up as the edge of the cliff fell down, 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 down to the deep, dark rocks far below. Crash! "Puffle," smiled Busby, "I have been studying our cliff. All these papers and charts told me that the ground where your house stood would crumble and fall. My dear friend, you've really, really helped me to help you." Puffle thought, then he laughed. "That's true," he said, "that's very true." Puffle rebuilt his little house next to Busby's, and they lived the very best of friends for many long years. And that tall, tall cliff, where you can look from the edge down, 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 down to the deep, dark rocks below, which used to be a cliff far below. It's a lovely story about friends helping each other. Until next time, bye-bye children.